What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream from the Scale It Learning channel. Wow, can't believe we're already at day 16 of 20 for this countdown going up to test day. This Saturday is here. We're so close. And for those of you who are sticking along for the ride and are still able to take your test on Saturday, I'm very happy for you because I know a lot of students have had their test canceled, unfortunately. But I really hope that this is going to go down for you as planned, and I'm going to be a part of it and help you all throughout the way. By the way, other big news. Part 4, the slides are nearly done. They're done. I'm just adding in the animations, which should take me just maybe like another hour. Then I'm going to film it, edit it, and it should be out tomorrow afternoon at some point. So I'm very excited about that. And part 4, I feel like this is going to be super helpful because a lot of people have been asking about all the geometry stuff. I think those are the things that people are forgetting in the trigonometry and whatnot. So I've broken it down really cleanly and nicely and in a simple and easy way to understand. So look forward to that. And last but not least, again, I'm going to mention my Math Puzzle channel again. If you guys are prepping and doing this stuff and working through your school year, it's a fun way. So just go to my main channel, search for Huzaifa Math Puzzles, or it's on you can find the link there and check that out. Got some more cool ones coming out this week. Hello, everybody. What's up, Marie V? What's up, Brian, Dina, Richard, Zoe? What's up, Kareem, and Louise, Liliana? I'm doing good, thank you. Can tests still get canceled? According to the College Board, no. But you know, we're living in strange times, so theoretically, sure. I mean, if a test center for whatever reason or a state mandates that they shut it down, I mean, it could happen. But theoretically, I assume the College Board made that decision already with thinking about states in mind. I hope so. My assumption is possibly, but chances are low. I didn't register this time. I wasn't able to, because in California, it's really hard to get a registration. I was trying to look, but usually, and also too, they usually don't like tutors taking the August one for whatever reason. So I'm going to try and register for September or October if possible. Again, I don't want to take up a spot since they're so limited for so many students. But if it's available, and I'll probably do it right at the last minute because I don't want to take it from somebody. But if I could, yeah, I'd like to this year. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to be consistent, and that's how we do it. Oh, you see me on Reddit. Awesome. Well, now you're about to see the real deal. Here we go. Test 8. Now, again, I'm going to be taking this test in real time, so I won't be able to, hey, what's up, Wend? I'm going to be taking this test in real time, so I won't be able to answer questions on the fly, but I will do my best once the test concludes to come back and answer as many questions as possible. I do have a meeting after this, so I'm not going to be able to stay on too long, but I'll do my best. Here we go. We are going to start in 3. Oh, let's just make sure the audio is good. I assume you guys would have told me if it's not, but I want to hear what it sounds like.
Here we go.
Yeah, it sounded good. Okay. So, here we go. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. 1 pound of grapes costs $2. At this rate, how many dollars will C pounds cost? 2 times C. Boom, done. Right? 1 pound will cost 2 grapes 4, 3 pounds 6, C pounds 2C. Tracy collects and sells trades figurines, and she can track the number of figurines in her collection on the graph. On what interval does the number of figurines decrease the fastest? Right here, right? It's the steepest slope. It dropped the most, so it's from 3 to 4. Oh, no. I hate that they added that thing in on this board. I always accidentally click it. Number 3, in a random sample of 200 cars of a particular model, 3 have manufacturing defect. 3 have manufacturing defect. Cars. At this rate, how many of the 10,000 cars of the same model would have a manufacturing defect? Cross multiply 200x equals 30,000. Divide by 200. Can't use a calculator here, but I don't think I need it. Cross off 0, 300 divided by 2 is 150. That makes sense, right? That feels about right. 150 is 50. Wait a minute. 50 and then 50 times that. Yeah, that's right. 4. The scatter plot above shows data collected on the lengths and widths of iris setosa petals. The line of best fit for the data. Based on the line of best fit, which means do not get fooled by the data points. We're looking at the line of best fit. Based on the line of best fit, if the width of an iris is 19 millimeters, Oh, they don't have 19 on here. So we're going to use the formula. It's 1.67. Width is x. What is the predicted length? 21.1. So we're going to use the because this equation is the equation for the line of best fit. So I just plugged in 19. 67 times 19 plus 21.1. Remember, when you're using the calculator, make sure you're not making any calculation mistakes. 52.83 looks good. And right, we can quickly eliminate A and B, but it's either C or D, and that makes sense. Just make sure I didn't make any mistakes based on the line of it. If the width is 19, the predicted length. Yes, okay. Numero 50. Note figured out, drawn to scale. We got parallel lines, I assume. Yes, they are parallel, so let's mark it. Y equals 20, Z equals 60. That means this is 60 down here. That means this is 20 up here. Those are my corresponding angles. I'm just throwing them in. What is the value of X? Guess what? Now we use triangle sum theorem. That's 20, that's 60, that's 80. X is 100 because all three angles in a triangle must add up to 180. Two types of tickets were sold for a concert held in an amphitheater. Tickets to sit on a bench during the concert cost $75 for bench. And I'm seeing B and L here. And sit on the lawn cost $40. Organizers of the concert announced 350 tickets had been sold. So B plus L equals 350 because that's the number of tickets for bench, number of tickets for lawn, right? So which of the following system equations can we use to find the number of bench seats? Yeah, and lawn seats. Okay. So this one is out because Y is at 250. And then we want the cost. Again, it's 75 per bench. So it should be 75B plus 40L equals that total, which they said they got was 19,250. This one, why are they multiplying? This one, they flipped the 40 and the 75. And that's it. We don't have to do any calculations beyond that. In the system, in the XY plane graph, which of the following equations align with slope of 3? Nope, nope, yes, no. Slope, intercept form, you got to know this. I believe most of you do. Y equals mx plus b. That is the slope, is the 3. 8, in the equation above, which of the following is a possible value of x plus 1? Let's multiply, wait a minute. Can I do it faster? Yeah, let's just multiply both sides by x plus 1. So we get x plus 1 times x plus 1 equals 2 now, FOIL. We get x squared plus x, which is plus 2x plus 1 equals 2. Subtract 2 from both sides. X minus 1. This is not factorable. Wait a minute. What is happening? This is kind of a hard one for this early. So, oh, no. Yeah, they just want, here, look at this. Look at this. Simple, simple. I didn't need to do all this. Just they want this as a variable. So I'll just be like, it's y equals 2 over y because they want y. They don't want x. They want x plus 1. So multiply both sides and he gets y squared equals 2, right? Square root, y equals square root of 2 plus or minus. So, and that's what x plus 1 is. I mean, I could have literally gone here, x plus 1 squared. I didn't need to FOIL it. Equals 2 square root. X plus 1 equals square root of 2. Done. Yeah, because I was like, for question 8, that seems kind of hard. 9 through 11. All right, the glass pictured above can hold a maximum volume of 473. What is approximately 16 fluid ounces? Which is approximately 16. What is the value of K in centimeters? Okay. So it's 473 equals 7 pi K cubed over 48. So we just isolate. Multiply both sides by 48. 473 times 48 equals 22704. Divide by 7 pi. And then we have to take the cube root of that because then it's, K equals that. And we take the cube root of this answer. Let's take this. I'll do cube root like this. to the cube root is the same as to the 1/3 power. And I get 10.11. So let's think about that. It's about 10, right? So that's 10 cubed is about 1,000. That's about 21. That's about 21,000. 21,000 divided by 48 is about 430. I mean, whatever. It'd be more than 21,000 because it's pi, right? But that's pretty close. I feel like that's pretty accurate. Number 10. Wait, let me make sure. Is there anything I made a mistake about? No, I don't think so. Number 10, water pours into the glass slowly and at a constant rate. Okay, which of the following graphs best illustrate the height of the water level in the glass? So it's going at a constant rate, but there's something weird about this problem, and I remember this problem because it's tricky. So constant rate, you'd be like, oh yeah, it's A, but it's actually not because you gotta, this one's really tricky, right? Notice it's gonna slow down as you get closer to the top because now you see it's like gotta go farther. It gets bigger, it gets wider. So it should actually, and this is like getting faster, it should actually decrease as we get closer to the top, which is C, right? It fills up more slowly. It's a really tricky one. Jenny has a pitcher that contains 1 gallon of water. How many times could Jenny fill up the glass? Oh man, with 1 gallon equals 128 fluid ounces. Wait, did it give us the fluid ounces? 16 fluid ounces. Okay. So it's literally 128 divided by 16. Straight up. 8. Boom. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything to it. 12. Roberto is an insurance agent who sells 2 types of policies, a $50,000 policy and a $100,000 policy. Okay, there's a system of quantities. I took a glance down. Last month, his goal is to sell at least 57 insurance. So 57, at least 57. Immediately, I don't know what X and Y is yet, but I assume X is 50, Y is 100. And that's at least, so it's got to be greater than, not less than. Okay. While he did not meet his goal. Oh, he did not meet his goal. Wait a minute. The total value of the policies he sold was over 3 million. So over 3 million, that's less than 3 million. Less than 3 million. Which of the following system of inequalities describes X, the possible of 50 like we thought, and Y, 100 that Roberto sold last month? It actually is this one because it says he did not meet his goal. Did not, right? So if he did, then my other thinking would have been correct, but see, I jumped the gun there, and that was good that we caught that. So X plus Y is less than 57, but he did exceed $3 million. Okay, number 13. If A to the negative 1/2 equals X, what is A in terms of X? Okay, let's turn this into its radical equivalent, right? So we've got 1 over A to the 1/2, okay, equals X. Then I'm going to say I get rid of the negative, then 1/2 power is just really square root of A. And then we want to isolate A. That's what they're asking you to do. So let's multiply both sides by square root of A. Divide both sides by X. And then square both sides because we want to get rid of the square. So A equals 1 over X squared. Now, if I plug that in, yeah, it definitely makes sense, right? 1 over X squared to the negative 1/2 would be like X squared to the positive 1/2. And that square root of X squared was just X. Which of the following is a value of X? So I remember some of these from when I did this long ago, but I will say this seems like an extra, like on the harder side of a calculator section. I'm just letting you know. Which of the following is a value of X for which the expression is undefined? AKA, when does that equal 0, right? Undefined when the denominator equals 0. Equals 0. Factor. What multiplies to negative 10 adds to positive 3? Positive 5 and negative 2. My solutions are negative 5 and 2. So 2. Now we plug it in and make sure. 2 squared is 4 plus 6 minus 10 is indeed 0. Boom, done. So you could have done that as well if you want to just plug in and try. A granite block in the shape of a right rectangular prism. Immediately I'm going to draw out a prism. Has dimensions of 30 by 40 by 50. 30 by 40 by 50. The block has a density of 2.8 grams per cubic centimeter. What is the mass of the block in grams? So we can set up a proportion here. It's got 2.8 grams for 1 centimeter cubed. And this is 5 times 4 is 6,000. And then X, right? Let me just double check. 50 times, I'm pretty positive about this, but. Wait, what? I was off by. How was I off by so much? What's wrong with me? Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, my God. Good thing I checked. Why did I say that? I said 50 times 40 in my head was 200. It's 2,000, obviously. Okay, 2,000, 6,000, 60,000. Yes. Whew, good thing I checked because they would have gotten me. That was close. All right. Cross, X equals 60,000 times 2.8. Boom, done. 16, the table shows the results of a research study that investigated the therapeutic value of vitamin C in preventing colds. A random sample of 300 adults received either vitamin C or sugar pill, right? Half-half. And the adults reported whether they contracted cold during the time. What proportion of adults who received a sugar pill, so we're immediately in this, reported contracting a cold? So it's 33 out of 150. What proportion of adults who received the sugar pill reported contracting a cold? Boom. Oh, and then we can divide the top and bottom by 3, and I get 11 over 50. 17. The table above shows the distribution of ages of the 20 students enrolled in a college class. The table above shows the distribution of ages of the 20 students enrolled in a college class. 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Which of the following gives the correct order of mean, median, and mode? Ooh, all right. So the mode is clearly 18. So the mode should be the smallest of all of these, which is showing here and here. Goodbye, because it's the lowest possible. It's 18, right? Nothing else is going to be that low. Then where's the median? So the median is in between the 10th and 11th value, right? Because it's in between 20, which is even. So here, 10th and 11th are here. So the median is 19. I'm assuming that's the mean's the biggest. It's got to be. It's got to be bigger than 19. So it's got to be A. But just for fun, let's calculate it, and we'll have time. 6 times 18 is 108, plus 5 times 19 is 95, plus 4 times 20 is 80, right? It's 4 20s, 5 19s, 6 18s, 2 21s, which is 42, 122, 123, and 130. Now let's double check the numbers. 6 times 18 is 108, 5 times 19 is 95, 80, 42, 22, 23, 30, and we divide it by 20 to get the mean, and we get a mean of 20. So the mean is the biggest, and that's that. The figure below shows a relationship between percent of leaf litter mass remaining after decomposing for 3 years and the mean annual temperature in degrees Celsius in 18 forests in Canada. Okay, so these are the 18 dots. This is the line of best fit. A particular forest in Canada whose data is not included in the figure had a mean annual temperature of -2. So it'd be like here somewhere. Which of the following is closest to the predicted percent leaf litter mass? It would be like this. Oh, wait. No, it should be actually. That's not -2. This is -2.5. -2 would be like here. Oh, look at that. It hits it right at 70. You see that? So we're just using the line of best fit and plotting it up. Boom. 70%. And it is right there. And we feel good about that. All right, number 19. The range of the polynomial function is the set of the real numbers less than or equal to 4. If the zeros of f are -3 and 1, fine, could be the graph of y equals f of x. I think it's A, because there's -3 and there's 1. The zeros are the x-intercepts, and it's less than or equal to 4. And that's 4 right here, and it's everything less. These are the wrong y-intercepts, right? Zeros are -3 and 1. It's not less than or equal to 4. This is greater than. It's going up, and that one makes no sense. So it is A. Number 20. The average annual energy cost for a certain home is blank. The homeowner plans to spend blank to install a geothermal heating system. The homeowner estimates, hold on. Okay. Oh, the average energy cost will then be 2712. Which of the following inequalities can be solved to find T, the number of years after installation at which the total amount of energy cost savings will exceed the installation cost? Hold on. So the savings are 4334 minus 2712. So this is how much we save in 1 year. So T years is this times T will exceed installation costs. So when is this going to be greater than the installation cost of 25,000? So I already looked at A, and it almost looks right, except the inequality is backwards. I think it's B. 4334 minus 2712 times T is greater than that. This one makes no sense. This one makes no sense. Just make sure it's not A. Hold on. Yes. So, yeah, pretty sure that's right. I mean, I'm just being extra cautious. I don't know why. Okay, we're good to go. 21. Between 1985 and 2003, data were collected every 3 years on the amount of plastic produced annually in the United States in billions of pounds. The graph below shows the data in line of best fit. The equation of line of best fit is that where X is the number of years since 1985, Y is the amount of plastic produced annually. Okay, so I like to understand the graph first. Amount of plastic in billions of pounds, so it looks like it's kind of going up, and it's years since 1985. And it looks like, so here we're at 60 billion pounds in 1989. Here, this is 2005, and we're at like 120. Okay. Which of the following is the best interpretation of the number 3.39 in this problem? Okay. It's the slope. So again, and it's in billions, so it's 3.39 billion per year. And 46.89 is that y-intercept. So it's going up 3.39 billion. Nope. The number of years it took, that would be the y-intercept. Nope. The average annual plastic production in billions of pounds. Yeah. No. The average annual increase in billions of pounds. My bad. So that's what I said, right? It's the change. That's the slope. The change per year. '22, which of the following shows the percent increase in billions of pounds from 2000 to 2003? So 2000. Oh, let's use the equation. Wait. So they want the actual data, not the line of best fit. So 2000 is about 47. Oh, no. 2000 is about 47. And what am I doing? 2000 is over here. That's 15. 2000 is 100. Ooh, this is going to be easy. To 2000 and what did it say? 3, which is 18, because it's plus the 1985, which is 100 and maybe 8. So I'm saying 8%. Because it's going up by 10%. Okay. 10% is the closest, I guess. If I would have done this and made that mistake, what would I have gotten? I'm just curious. I would have gotten like 50, let's say 45, let's say 50 to 60. I would have gotten like 20%. But that doesn't even, but that's not even there. Okay, I don't know. All right. Anyways, pretty positive that's 10%. These other values are a little bit out there. Wait, hold on. These close to the percent increase in billions. Yeah, that's it. The equation above, the reason why I was looking at that is because I feel like we're in a section now where the problems, it felt a little too easy in a suspicious way. So I wanted to make sure I didn't make a silly mistake. I believe I have not, so that's it. The equation above models the number of members M of a gym 2 years after the gym opens. Of the following, which equation models the number of members of the gym Q quarters after the year opens? So basically, here's how I want you to think about it, right? Whatever I get here when I plug in 1, for the quarters, I should get here when I plug in 4. So I'm going to go with A, and I'm going to show you why. If I plug in 4 here, I get 8, because 4 quarters is a year. I'd get 1800 1.02 to the 16th power. This one, they're changing the, wait a minute. Yeah, this one, they're changing this percentage. So it'd be 16, 1.0005 to the, that doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean, you could try it, but it wouldn't be equivalent. This would be equivalent. And this one is way, way off. They changed the percentage, they increased the percentage, and they just got quarters there. So like 4 quarters, there's no way that would be equal to plugging in a 1 here. Or you could do the same thing where you could be like, I can plug in 2 to the main equation, then plug in 8 here, because 8 quarters is 2 years. But this is pretty safe bet. Just making sure, didn't make a silly mistake. Okay. Number 24, for the finale of a TV show, viewers can use either social media or a text message to vote for the favorite 2 contestants. The contestants receiving more than 50% of the vote won. An estimated 10% of the viewers voted, and 30% of the votes were cast on social media. Contestant 2 earned 70% of votes from social media. And 40% of the votes using a text message. Of 2 contestants. So that means 1 got 30% of social media and 60% of text message, right? Because there's only 2. And estimated 10% of viewers won, 30% of the votes were cast on social media. So obviously 70% were text, because you could do only those 2. Oops. It's confusing. Okay. Based on this information, which of the following is an accurate conclusion? If all viewers had voted, no way. We don't know that. That's impossible to know. Viewers voting by social media were likely to be young. No, doesn't say anything about the age. If all viewers who voted had voted by social media instead of by text. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because why would that matter? You could switch. No, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, hold on. Unless it's... Yeah, it's just 50% of the vote. C doesn't make sense. It's got to be D. Viewers voting by social media were more likely to prefer contestant 2. Yeah, social media he got 70% of the vote. He got 30%. Wait, hold on. Viewers voting. Yes. Because the text message, the other guy won. So I think it's D. Very, very confusing. You guys tell me. I don't know, but I do think this is definitely a hard calculator section. All right. 25. The table above shows the population of Greenleaf, Idaho for the years 2000 and 2010. If the relationship between population and year is linear, which is the following function P models the population of Greenleaf T years after 2000, which really means this is 0 and this is 10, right? Because in 2000, that's 0 years after 2000, and that's 10 years after it. So let's calculate the slope, and that'll be the first way that we can... Well, first of all, the y-intercept's got to be 862, which is true here and here, which is not true here and here. Because if I plug in 0 for t, I should get 862. Here I'd get like some crazy negative. Here I'd get some crazy positive. Okay, so it's one of these two. I'm guessing it's going to be A, is my feeling. Let's calculate the slope. 862 minus 846 is 16. Over 0 minus 10 is negative 10. So it's a slope of negative 1.6. Hold on, let me just make sure t years after that. So it's got to be, yeah, it's got to be A. All right, sweet. 26. To determine the mean number of children per household in a community, Tabitha surveyed 20 families at a playground. The mean number of children per household. Oh, immediately there's a bias here. She had a playground. Who's going to go to a playground? Families with kids, right? For the 20 families surveyed, the mean number was 2.4 children. Justifying statements must be true. Ooh, must be true. Definitely not. A determination about the mean number of children per household in the community should not be made because, nope. I mean, it's like, maybe you could say sample size. Usually that's never the answer because it's like, you know, it depends on the size of the community. What if the community is only 50 people? What if it's only 40 people? I don't know. And the sampling method is flawed and the sampling method is definitely flawed. So done. C, straight up. It's a bias in the location. In the xy plane, the point PR lies on the line with the equation y equals x plus b, where b is a constant. The point with coordinates 2p, 5r lies on the line with the equation. If p does not equal 0, okay, straight up plug in and chug in, right? PR, plug it in there. R, because it says it lies on this, so R in for y and p in for x. R equals p plus b. My second one, 5r equals 2p times 2, which is 4p plus b. All right. Now I got a system of equations. I don't need to, nor can I probably. Yeah, I can't solve for r and p individually, but check this out. Look at this nice system of equations. Negate, negate, negate. The b's cancel. Negative p plus 4p is 3p equals 4r. Now I want the ratio of r to p, so let's divide both sides by p. Let's divide both sides by 4. So that cancels, and then r over p equals 3/4. Okay. 28. The 22 students in a health class conducted an experiment in which they each recorded their pulse rates in beats per minute before and after completing a light exercise routine. The dot plots below display the results. Let S1 and R1 be standard deviation and range, respectively. Okay, first of all, hold on. Standard deviation, those be the range, and standard deviation and range the other one. Which of the following statements is true? So first of all, let's look at the ranges are easy. 56 to 88, that's 32. And this one is 80 to 112, which is also 32. So the ranges are equal. Okay, the standard deviations are definitely not equal. Because look at the distribution. This is more tightly packed. This is going to have a smaller standard deviation. This is a bigger one. And it says they're not equal, so that's it. S1 does not equal S2. Done. And number 29. A photocopy machine is initially loaded with 5,000 sheets of paper. The machine starts a large job and copies at a constant rate. Hold on, find that. Copies at a constant rate. After 20 minutes, it has used 30% of the paper. Sheets of paper P remaining in the machine M minutes after the machine started. Hold on. 5,000 copies at a constant rate. Remaining in the machine M minutes. So after 20%, after 20, and constant rate means it's linear, it's not exponential. So if it was exponential, hold on. Yeah, if it was exponential, it'd be this, because it's 30%, but it's not. So so after 20 minutes, it has used 30% of the paper, which means it's got 3,500 left. So which one of these functions do I get 3,500? If I plug 20 in here, I get 400. It's definitely B. So 75, now let's back it up. 75 times 20 minutes is 1,500. 5,000 minus said answer gives you that 3,500. And that's where we should be, right? That is 70% of 5,000. So that's where we should be after 20 minutes. That's it. Numero 30. The complete graph of the function f and a table, the complete graph of the function f and a table of values for the function g are shown. Got it. The maximum value of f is k, which is 3. Right? That's the maximum value right there. It's the highest point. And it's the y value is the max. What is the value of g of k? Plug 3 in for x, and I get, because that's g of 3, and I get 6. All right. 31. There are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. How many atoms of hydrogen are there in 102? Because there's 2 per every water molecule, right? Hydrogen, water. So 2 hydrogen per every 1 water molecule. 51, there are x. Cross multiply, 102. Timer, we got 20 minutes. By the way, we're on the free response now. It's going to be nice, easier difficulty for the next 3, I'd say at least. If x equals 1 in the equation above, okay, 1 minus 1 half a equals 0. What is the value of a? So add 1 half a to both sides. Multiply both sides by 2. Boom, done. What is the value of a, right? And then 2, 1 minus 1. Yeah. Plugged it in, made sure it worked, and it worked. Number 33, in the xy plane, the equations x plus 0, and 3x plus 6y equals c represent the same line for some constant c. Okay, we're trying to get these are equivalent lines is what they're telling us. So a really easy way to do this is say, well, wait a minute. If the coefficients of x and y are equivalent, these 2 values are going to be equal. So let's multiply the top one by 3, and I get 3x plus 6y equals 30. So the only way these 2 lines will be equivalent is if c has a value of 30. The other way you could do that, now you plug 30 in. For that one, it's 3x plus 6y equals 30. If I divided everything by 3, I'd get x plus 2y equals 10, which reverts back to this equation. So they are indeed equivalent. Okay. 34. April 18, 1775, Paul Revere set off on his midnight ride from Charlestown to Lexington. If he had ridden straight to Lexington without stopping, he would have traveled 11 miles in 26 minutes. In such a ride, what would the average speed of his horse have been to the nearest tenth of a mile? What would the average speed? Okay, I mean, one way we can do this is I can say, all right, well, he did 11 and 26. How many miles does he do in 60 minutes? Simple. So 26x equals 660. Divide by 26, divide by 26. They said to the nearest tenth, so I'm probably going to use a calculator. So it's 25.4 miles per hour. Let's make sure that's right. 11 and 26. So you've gone 22 and 52. Yeah, that sounds right. 35. The graph of the function f defined by f of x equals blah, blah, blah is shown on the xy plane. If the function g, not shown, is defined by g of x equals negative x plus 10. Let's graph that. Negative x plus 10. So y-intercept of 10. A slope of negative 1. Oh, wait a minute. This is going by 1. This is 1. So when x equals 8, it's 2. It's a little tricky because you can't do it straight down like a typical slope of negative 1 because these are scaled differently. See, that's 8, 9, 10. This is 2 is 1. As defined by g of a. What is one possible value of a such that f of a equals g of a? So you can see from the graph, it's pretty obvious. It's, what's a? So it's the a value. So it's either 2 or 8 will both work. You know what's nice is the x and y is kind of either or will work. So if you misunderstood that, you'll get it. So I'll say 2. Now we can plug it in and make sure. If I plug in 2 here, I get negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 2 plus 10 is 8. If I plug in 2 for this one, negative 2 plus 10 is 8. It works. 36. How much time do we have left? 16 minutes. We're doing really good on time. 36. The triangle RST above. Point W not shown lies on RT. W. What is the value of cosine RSW minus sine of WST? Aha! I remember this problem, and this really tripped me up. But now it makes so much more sense because this is going to be in my next presentation as well. Look, this whole angle is 90 degrees. So this is x. If this is x, doesn't matter where W is. This is 90 minus x, which means that's like RSW is cosine of x minus sine of WST, which is 90 minus x, which means these two values are equal. Cosine of an angle is equal to sine of the complement of that angle. That's a rule that you want to remember. So these two are equivalent. That minus that, something minus itself is, of course, 0. All right. Much easier now doing it this time than I remember the first time. 37 and 38 refer to the following information. 0 minutes after injection, 200. 5 minutes, 152, 10, 118. Okay. So the penicillin concentration is going down. When a patient receives penicillin, the kidneys begin removing the penicillin from the body. The table and the graph above show the penicillin concentration in a patient's bloodstream at 5-minute intervals for the 20 minutes immediately following a one-time penicillin injection. So it's like it's going down by 50, then it's going down by like 34, and then whatever. And it looks like exponential decay, right? Like that. All right, let's see the question now. Nope. According to the table, how many more micrograms of penicillin are present in 10 millimeters? Drawn 5 minutes. They're present 8 milliliters. Oh my God. Drawn 10 minutes after. Okay. So we want 5 and 10. It sucks that the graph is just over here, but 5 and 10, 152 and 118. Okay. But that's per milliliter. So here is 10 milliliters is 1520. And here's 8 milliliters at that. 944. And how many more, which it underlined? So we subtract. Let's use the calculator just to make sure. $576. Double check those numbers because the graph is over here. We don't know, so I got 5 minutes after 152 and 118. Okay, it looks good. Last question, 38. The penicillin concentration in micrograms per milliliter in a patient's bloodstream T minutes after the penicillin injection is modeled by the function P. Okay, so we got the exponential decay. If P approximates the values in the table within 10 micrograms per milliliter, what is the value of B rounded to the nearest tenth? All right. Basically, we just plug in one of the values, I guess. Let's do this one, 10 and 118, because we already have that, so I don't have to flip back. So 118, that's the micrograms per milliliter, equals 200 times B, and then T is time, T is minutes, so that's for 10 minutes, right? So 10 over 5 is 2, and squared, right? 10 over 5, okay. Now I'll divide both sides by 200, 118 over 200 equals B squared, and then square root is point to the nearest tenth is 0.8. So we're going to double check this now because we should be careful, right? So let's plug it in for a different value. So 200B to the T over 5. Okay. Let's plug in 20. 200 times 0.8 to the 20 over 5. So 20 over 5 is 4. So 0.8 to the 4th power. It's kind of close. They said to the nearest 10, so I mean, can't do much better than that. 0.8 to the 3rd times 200. That would be for 15. Should be 93. What? It's 102. It's really off, actually. Hold on. 118. Okay, let's try one more time with one of the different values. So 200B. Okay, 200B. So let's try with 20. So 74 equals 200 times B to the 20 over 5, which is 4th power. So 74 divided by 200 equals, and then we take the 4th root, so I'm going to put that to the 1/4 power, or 1 divided by 4. It's 0.8. Okay. It's just not perfect, but it's not the best we're going to get. All right, let's go ahead and stop the timer and grade the test to see how we did. Here we go. Let's zoom in a little bit. ACAC. ACAC number 5 is BDCB. BDCB. Number 9. DCBC. 13 is CDDB. 17 is ACAB. 21 is DAAD. DAAD. So far, so good. Come on. 25 is ACBD. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And 29 and 30 is BB. Yes. All right. We got the multiple choice. It's a hard one. No silly mistakes, so we're good to go. Let's see the multiple. Let's see the free response. 102, 2, 30. Forgot to circle it, but all good. 25.4, 2 or 8, as we said before. 0. And last but not least, 576. And they also would have accepted 4/5, but 0.8 is there for the win. All right, let's see what we got. August SATs are not the hardest to take. Okay, I got to clarify something. I've seen other people talk about this on the, a lot of these people who are trying to coach for the SATs and stuff. They're like, oh, the August SAT, the curve is going to be it's the hardest curve because most people take it. Or now, not that many people are taking it, so the curve's going to be all over the place. Unless the College Board is lying about this, which I don't think they are, that's not how the curve works. It's not a curve. It is... I can't remember the term that they use, but it's a predetermined. It's not based on how people do. It's determined ahead of time based on the perceived difficulty of the test. So for this test, for example, which I thought was pretty hard, but like if they think a test is harder than the norm, then they're going to have a gentler curve. It has nothing to do with how many other people are taking it. So it's not like I can say the Augusts are the hardest or the Junes are the easiest. It doesn't work like that. In fact, I made a video about this. You can look at the distribution of hard, easy, and medium tests based on like how the curves are, right? A really gentle curve, nice curve would be a hard test and vice versa. And there's no real correlation between the test date and where the hardest and easiest and medium tests fall. So it's just, I don't know who started these different things. I think people just haven't done their homework in terms of how the SAT is actually scored and what is there a curve and there's actually not. In the standard way that we think of a curve, which is determined by how students perform. So don't get equating. There it is. Yeah, Chris, legend. That's what it is. It's called equating. So you can look it up. They explain it on the College Board website. Yes, I will definitely take that suggestion and get some more plays. I'll get a playlist of these. I know people have been asking about that. Yeah, this is a really hard test. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear, Jaden, that yours got canceled. I'll take a couple questions and then I gotta go. Let's see, 16. Why 11 is divided by? I don't know what you're talking about. In number 11. Oh, because it says right here, this is 16 fluid ounces. The cup has 16 fluid ounces, 473, which is approximately 16 fluid ounces. So if I know that a gallon is 128 and I want to know how many times I can fill up something that's 16 fluid ounces, just divide. Number 17. How did I do number 17? You got to calculate the mean, median, and mode. You just got to know what those are. Mode is the value that occurs most frequently, which is 18. Median is the middle value, which, like I said, occurs between the 10th and 11th value, which both occur at 19, so median is 19. Mean, you add up all the values and divide by 20 because there's 20 students. But that's not just 18 plus 19, right? It's 6 18s plus 5 19s plus 4 20s, and so on. Yes, Adrian, I see your question. Am I live every day? Yeah, until the SAT I am. So until Friday, we're going to do 4 more live streams in a row. This has been really hard. It's been a lot of work, but I feel like people are getting a lot of value out of it and appreciating it. So I'm so excited that I've been doing this. And sorry for those of you who couldn't join. If you like this video, please click that like button. It helps me out tremendously when you do so. And if you want to see more from the Scale Out Learning channel, make sure to click subscribe. We got, again, like I said, live streams coming out. So if you want to know, because I kind of have to post the times randomly based on my schedule because it's a really busy time for me. It's always busy, I guess. But it's best to subscribe, and then you'll get a notification of when the stream is coming up. And then you'll get a second notification 30 minutes before it starts and all that stuff. Zoe, you're so welcome. Thank you guys so much for joining. I got to run. But have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in the next